Yo, what's up guys? I'm back with another video on one of my client stories, past experiences, for you guys to kind of see what I've been going through or what I've gone through as a real estate agent here in Massachusetts, right? So back at the time, when I started my career, my office was out of Methuen, all right? And obviously when you're first starting into the business, you need all the business you could get, right? It doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes down the streets or half an hour or an hour on the whole other side of the state. Like, you're gonna go after it, and you need to do your thing, right? So my office at the time was in Methuen, and we got a client that's looking in Lynn. Now, for you guys that don't know, heading from Methuen to Lynn, especially during rush hours, could be anywhere from 45 to an hour, sometimes even an hour and a half if there's traffic. All right. So, I'm trying to break into the industry, make a name for myself, and needed all the business that I could get, right? So it didn't matter to me. I was hungry, I wanted to go after it, and I was about it, right? So this couple had a pretty big family, so they needed a pretty big house, right? They were first-time home buyers, and I had to go through the motion of explaining everything to them. Now here's the catch, and I am pretty fluent in Spanish, but I will say at the time, it's not the level of Spanish that I know now, especially when it comes to houses, right? There's just certain terms and certain ways of saying things that I didn't necessarily know at the time, but I still, did my thing. I still went through the motions, and I still made it work, all right? So, I ended up having to explain to them as first-time home buyers pretty much the whole process through and through, all right? And it wasn't bad at all. It gave me a lot of experience, really good experience. But now the downside was that I ended up showing them close to 20 houses, all right? So, and this was actually my second client or second home sold at the time. And, compared to the first one, if you guys haven't seen my video on that, check it out. But if compared to that first client, it was like night and day. All right, so I ended up showing them close to 20 houses, and we ended up putting an offer on a couple of them, and some of them weren't, they weren't accepted, but this one was. And this house actually ended up having an easement, right? And I had known about easements before. If you don't know, an easement is in a house, it's usually like a driveway or an area that's shared between two or more houses, right? So it had an easement at the time of that type. There's other type of easements and all that. I won't get into that, but that's the one that this house had, right? It had a driveway leading up, and to the right was the parking for my client's house. And then if you went straight up that same driveway, it would lead you to the neighbor's parking spot. So those are the details on that one, but there's a bunch of different type of easements. Like I said, I won't get into that, but for this purpose, I'll let y'all know about this one. So going back to the clients, their house, it ended up being a 4-bedroom, 2 full baths. With being a big family, they needed all that space. They truly did. And they loved the fact that I was honest and transparent with them, and the fact that it had the easement, how to navigate through it, being able to communicate with the neighbors on their behalf. Them being Spanish speaking, their neighbors did not speak Spanish, so I was kind of able to help them, navigate through that, make sure that everybody was on the same page, and they absolutely loved that. So, my thoughts at the time, I'll be honest, I thought, I was like, this kind of sucks, the driving part of it, having to drive half an hour, 45 minutes in traffic. I remember one time it took me an hour and a half to get home on my way back. So at the time I was like, this kind of sucks, but it's all worth it at the end of the day. And also be honest and transparent with clients, because they do appreciate that, and they do spread the word. I ended up getting a referral from these clients on another set of houses, or rather on another single family house for their friends. So transparency is key, honesty is key, and just keep that going, keep that momentum going. I felt like I was on a roll. So, just wanted to give you guys insight on the second deal that I've ever done, second closing. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys can relate, or if you guys have any questions or anything like that, leave it in the comment section. As always, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next video.